Hello tubes, this is just a random video because it was raining and I thought I should put a video up. It's all the digging tools I use really, from the beach all the way down to the one that is the most useless, that thing there. So first of all, when I started, I've been detecting on beaches, and I've been detecting for 15 or 20 years now, I can't remember. But the first 10 years was basically all on beaches, and I used to do a sand scoop and a normal spade, and then because I found most of the stuff on the beaches basically in where the rocks are, I started to get breaking shovels, and then I bought this thing. It was originally longer. It's a pipe laying shovel, heavy duty for what builders use. Absolutely cracking tool. The amount of leverage and hammer this thing has in rock pools is unbelievable, and because the front of it isn't straight, you can hammer it down in there with your foot, just pull back and then pull it like that, and it pulls out all the sand. Very, very good, strong thing. I was actually using that to lever something or other the other day, like an iron bar. Excellent spade, excellent. I even used it on some digs before I got this one. Right, this next one is a Nocta macro shovel. Now I bought that off someone who's now become a mate of mine. That shovel there is the strongest shovel of metal detecting shovels I've ever bought. When I originally bought it, I did tell you one time before, I think, the bottom was straight, and I've since put a bit of a bend in it, so it was a bit of a kick in the bottom. I didn't like it straight. I find when you've got a bit of a bend in the bottom like this shovel, it's nicer and easier to leave the clod out and do a tidy job. Anyway, with that thing, bought it off a now friend of mine. Best detecting shovel I ever bought. I probably use that 90% of my time. Very, very sharp, strong, but I did have to bend the bottom of that. Really big thumbs up for especially them two. This is a new one I bought. I haven't actually used it yet. This is called a Poacher's spade, and I just happened to notice it on eBay one night, and I liked the strong metal shaft of it and the wooden handle, so it doesn't get too cold when you're digging in the winter time, because in the winter time your shovel gets freezing cold, and that one there, that's why I had to put the tape on. It gets hellish cold. There's my little go-to shovel if the ground isn't hard. It's a Draper short shovel. Really cracking little thing. You can, again, it's got a good kick at the bottom. You dig some really nice plugs with this, and because the thing is so light, what I do is I use this thing. I bought these to hang my tools on my belt years ago, toggles, and I put it on here, so I'll show you if you can see. Whoop, sorry, it's a job to do it. They go on here, look. All my shovels have got these on. So what I do is I just put it on that there, and then I just chuck it behind, and I'm totally hands-free. Because when you're metal detecting for a long time, these shovels get extremely heavy later in the day. I can tell you that for a fact. Even if you've got them over your shoulder. So all I do is use that, and I've got it on all my detectors. Very simple to put on and off. They are, look. Hands-free. So that's what they are. Now we'll go to the worst thing I've had, is that. I originally bought one of them. Well, this is the one. I welded it and straightened it and strengthened it so many times. It's a good idea in theory, but the handle is just too long for the bottom part, and it just snaps off or bends all the time. Like I said, it's a very good idea in theory, but in reality it doesn't work. That firm, I bought one of these, which is a pretty, like a similar design, only it's a little, what the hell do you call it? Trowel. Now, I've done a good bit of modification to this. I cut this metal down because it was too heavy. Also sharpened up this thing, and you can really cut a good plug with this. Very heavy duty, and if you're in parks or something like that, you could definitely cut a plug there without a shovel, no problem. You won't break this thing. Really good tool. Now, out of all of my spades, I tend to use that one the most now. Because if I go off on these pasture digs, it's usually a very old farm with stones and roots and stuff. That thing works excellent. Well, since I got this one here now, I will try that one out, but this was more for, because when it gets cold, your hands get cold in winter time. But it's got a good bottom scoop on it, and I haven't seen one of these before like that with a rounded bottom to the blade, look. It's called a Poacher Shovel. And it's a bit longer. I really like that. And it's got a bit of a longer foot to dig a bit of a bigger plug. So there we are. If I'm on the beach, I use that one all the time. 90% of the time I use that one. If it's nice and soft ground and I can get away with it, I always take that one instead because it's light. Don't bother with that thing. It's a complete waste of time. Chuck it in the shed. And this one here could be a bit of a new one to use because it's got a longer foot on the bottom there to get a deeper plug. Very well made. It's a family firm, Greenman. Member of Poacher Shovel. Very impressed with that. That wasn't a lot of money. It was like 30 or 40 quid. So if you're going to go for a shovel, this one was quite dear to buy new, but I had it off my friend for 50 quid I think. But to buy them, they're 70 or 80 quid. Very good shovel, them Nocta shovels. This might be one to try first of all because it was 40 quid. I was quite surprised. If you're digging on the beach, I would use one of these because it's got a fiberglass handle and you can just wrench on that like you would never believe. So there we are. That's just a short thing about the digging tools I use for metal detecting. It's just a random video, I know, but some people who are only just starting this hobby, it can help you out, can't it? So that one there, the latest one I've had, that was 40 quid unbelievably, and it may be the best of the bunch yet, but I haven't used it enough. If you're going to buy a metal detecting spade now and you're going to go to digs and things, I would get something like that, a Nocta, because that is mega strong. Mega strong. So comment, rate and subscribe, always helps me out, and see you again. Ta-da.